morning. This is Jeffrey, and welcome back to the Desert Inkwell. It's been a little bit. It's been like two weeks. The first weekend we had my son's graduation. It went really well. Very proud of him for his accomplishments. And then the week after, a friend got me a poster that says if you get tired, learn to rest, not to quit. And so last weekend, I just rested. I just hung out, played with some pens, did some doodles, and I'm refreshed and ready to come back and share all of my valuable insight and knowledge that spans back an entire year. I have a bunch of inks to swatch for you today. Some new pens to my collection because I fell off the wagon and bought some new inks. Inked up a couple pens that I've had but just hadn't inked up yet. And I fixed a pen. I fixed a pen that I thought was not going to be a possibility for me to fix. And so I will share that message of pen hope with you. And a nifty way to save on Q-tips. We all know. Okay, I will see you down there, and we'll talk through it. Hello again. Welcome to my talking hands. See, we got Albert cleaned up. All right, well, you know what? I'm going to start with the thing that I think is the most exciting. So a while back, I showed on a video that I had purchased a Mont Blanc Bohème. This is the Bohème Et Noir because of the little fake onyx. But the person who kindly sold this to me, hopefully they're not watching because I'm going to say something not nice, sent it to me absolutely caked in dried ink. And so there was some cleaning that had to be done. And I cleaned it. And before I purchased the cleaning tool for the from Schoen Design, I had used a pipette and kind of cut it, but it was not as foolproof, and somehow some water got in there, possibly, or there was already rust. So this pen was kind of rendered useless because there's like the metal spiral part in here and it got rusted, and so I could not, on a Bohème you put the cap on the back and twist, and the nib, there's a hair on there, the nib comes out, and I just have to say that I can't write anything because I don't know how to spell. But it writes beautifully. So, if you have a pen that maybe there's a little problem and you think it's not fixable and it's not in your budget to try and have someone fix it, give it a shot. Because we are, of course, far more capable than we think we are. Anyway, that was a big accomplishment for me this week, and I am very happy about it. So let's see, where do we start? There is a very large row of ink bottles there. We will start with, I bought this little bottle of Pelikan Brilliant Brown. It's the only Pelikan ink I own, and I do not own a Pelikan pen, but I do want to look at one at the DC Pen Show. Now, Q-tip saving tip, right? buy yourself a lead holder, which is different than a mechanical pencil. Okay? Has to be a lead holder. You push the button and these little things pop out. And there. So now I definitely get 2 uses of each Q-tip. We're going to try and do all of these on this page. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We'll do Pelican Brilliant Brown. Boop, boop, boop. I need a garbage. I need a garbage can, folks. Like, accessible, so I'm not doing Pilates to try and get to it. Actually, I know nothing about Pilates. I bought this ink because a friend of mine purchased this for their first pen, and I have inked the Benu Earl Grey Tea pen, which I don't think I never did a full review. It's this beautiful tea color. Those black spots in there are actually tea leaves. There's some little blue shimmer because some Earl Grey tea has lavender and some has blue pea flower. And then, of course, you get some signature Benu gold flake in there. I was ready to let this pen go. I could not find the right ink for it. Nothing was working. And then, should we list the ink? We'll list the ink first. Pelican. Do I know how to spell brilliant? I'll do my best. Brilliant Brown. And this is the Benu Earl Grey Tea. And this is actually a Euphoria. So Benu has a couple models. They have the Euphoria, which is larger like this. You have a Talisman, which is a little bit shorter. You have a Briolette. And a Minima, which is, I think, the smallest. And then a beautiful one, Simone has one with the flowers around the band. This is, what size nib is this? A medium, it appears. This writes beautifully. I'm really fond of the shading, and I have been told to pick stuff up so you can see it better. But there is some nice shading in this color. And I know it's brown, but the ink dries a nice, it's very orangey brown, very tea color. Very excited because I can write for hours with a Benu. What next? Okay. We will do, I bought a bottle. My sister was here for my son's graduation, and she also is a fountain pen fan. She'll be going to the DC Pen Show with me. Her husband is also a fan. He won't be going to the pen show this year. But she had a swatch of Platinum Lavender Black. And I thought that color was quite amazing. Let me go ahead and get a Q-tip in there. There we go. See? So now this is definitely an ink that is pretty in a swatch, okay? But still got ink on my fingers. Well, And while it is pretty in a swatch, it is even better in a pen. And I have my Leonardo Memento Zero Grande. Let me not turn the... Good grief. Is there going to be ink? Yes. Yep. Sure is. Okay. This is my Leonardo Memento Zero Grande with a fine titanium nib and the juiciest of ebonite feeds on the back. So, let's do this. Lavender black. And this is a Leonardo Memento Zero Grande. And the color is Maroon. It is a beautiful spaghetti resin pen. I love it. You'll see here, it is very wet. And so I do think I need a fairly dry ink in here because sometimes it is too much ink for me on the paper. Sometimes. Pretty cool, I think, is that nib has some flex. Now, watch me not be able to do this. There we go. So that titanium nib has a little flex, but do you see these little tails? I think the feed is dragging the ink. Anyway, love this ink. You remember earlier this year, I said I am not a fan of purple, and then kind of got irritated with myself for not liking an entire color, and bought like 3 purple-ish pens and a bunch of inks that are very purple-ish based, or in my brain, I would say they're in the purple family. And I love it. It's just a whole new color now for me, and I love it. Okay, we're gonna do this ink next because I think it'll look good next to it. This is the Ferris Wheel Press Auroralis. I had 0 plans of buying this ink, and then of course Karina from Karina Loves to Plan was using it, and I thought, oh gosh, I love it. So let me put a Q-tip. Actually, you know what? We're going to do a different swatch method for the Auroralis. You know, there's much conversation about Ferris Wheel Press, marketing tactics, etc., so on and so forth, and of course the beautiful yet completely pain in the neck bottles. So I'm going to do 1 little drop here. We'll put the rest back. Also, I think you can see we're back to the cork backdrop. I can't keep buying new backdrops so that they're clean for each video. That's silliness. But I found this on Temu. And you just do a little twist like that. And then because it's glass, you wipe it off, good as new. And it gives a fantastic swatch, I think. We will use a glass to dip pen because I don't have that inked in a pen quite yet. I think that's gonna go in my, oh my goodness, all Lord, what has he done? I dropped the cap, which I suppose is better than dropping the bottle. Okay. This is a giant amount of ink. What in the world? And I don't know how to spell Aurora Alice. I hardly spell my own name. All right, we'll take a look at that as that dries. I don't have water. There's no water in the desert. Hold, please. Okay. Oh my goodness. We're only through 3 inks and... Wow. Okay. I'm gonna switch it up really quick here. Probably my most favorite new ink is this Sailor Shikiori Raikuch. What's right there? This ink is okay. See? So easy, I don't even have to put it on the lead holder, because otherwise we're going to be here for days. But that does work. Okay, this is this beautiful, absolute perfection green color. I need a gallon of that ink. And I bought a Sailor Pro Gear. This has a 21 karat gold nib. It's a cartridge converter. This is a medium fine nib, and I love it. Oh, see, we're supposed to do the... Okay. Okay, so this is the name of the ink, and this is a Sailor Pro Gear 21 karat. Okay. This was not... Remember I said I fell off the wagon. This was not the first Pro Gear that I bought. The first Pro Gear that I bought is the Too Hot Habanero. I just thought the color was the absolute perfect shade of orange. It does have, oddly, a little jalapeno instead of a habanero, but I mean, that's a really tiny thing. Sorry. Tiny finial. It's kind of hard to see. Anyway, so I bought this one pre-owned. Both of these Pro Gears were pre-owned. I'm 6'5". I don't think I have tiny hands. And posted this pen diameter. The girth of this pen is fantastic for me. I enjoy this very much. I have a teal ink in here. It's a Pilot Iro Shizuku, and I don't recall the name, but I was so in love with it that I found the black one on Mercari. A very generous seller allowed me to buy it in my budget, and I am hooked. I get it. I never got the hype on the Pro Gear, or really the Pro Gear Slim. But that medium fine nib and the 21 karat gold writes so beautifully. I'm so happy with those. Okay, speeding it along so we're not here for 1700 years. I bought this. This is Twisby, and it's literally in the color orange. Can you see that? I'll put it here. And this is the ink that I initially bought for that Too Hot Habanero. I thought, I don't have any just directly orange inks. I've got 45 shades of 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're gonna have to do this kind of small here. But look at, that's orange. Okay, folks? That's not burnt tangerine. That is orange. I'm going to dry it really quick because it's such a small spot. I need not wet ink. Again, not sponsored, but if you swatch a lot of inks, this Zap American Crafts brand tiny little heat gun, such a lifesaver. Alrighty, and we are going to use this Jinhao with the little nib here that was gifted to me by my friend Carmen. Hopefully she's watching. Hi, Carmen. This is Twisby orange, and this is a all right. I love this ink. I'm gonna lift this up so you can see the toning in here. There's some shading, but in a really elegant way. Also, this Sailor Shikiori, I can't tell you how much I love this ink. And yes, I probably will buy a backup bottle because part of my brain is a hoarder, and that's just how it works, folks. I admittedly, well, you know what? Great segue into the next pen. I finally inked up my Pilot Custom 823 in amber. Now this is a back fill, so remember you have to open that little airlock. I do post it. This is such a beautiful writer. Now on this pen, I've already swatched this ink for you, so I'm not re-swatching, but this is we're just going to sneak a little note in here. Pilot Custom 823, and this ink is Ferris Wheel Press Autumn in Auburn. Why am I mentioning this ink to you now? Well, so this is Ferris Wheel Press's large size, the 85 milliliter. I have 2 of these of Autumn in Auburn because that's how my brain works. I love this ink so much, and supposedly they're stopping making it. So I think you can get this, I think it's on sale. Either way, $40 for 85 milliliters. Just, you know, I'm just saying it's a beautiful ink. It writes beautifully. I have never put it in a pen and not have it behave. The colors, perfect. We're very happy. We have to squeeze an ink swatch in here, don't we? Okay. Let's do this bottle. This is... Ferris Wheel Press was having a sale if you bought 2 85 milliliter bottles of ink. Then the third one was free. I like free. And frankly, if I'm not choosing a very light ink from them, then I have a tendency to like their inks. And this one was a bit of a surprise for me. This is Candy Marsala. Okay. If you look up this color on their website, to me, it looked closer to the Platinum Lavender Black or Ferris Wheel Press's Royal Rhubarb. So when this was the ink that came out, I literally went back to the box to check if I had gotten the right ink. But wait for this. Okay. Look at that color. That would go. This is going to be it turns out this will be a great color. I love it. I was initially a little like, whoa, what is this? That's not what I ordered. Apparently, it is what I ordered. And now that I see it, I love it. We're going to use this little dip pen from Carmen again. I'm not doing my loops or my little vines. I don't do those little vines. That's not a thing I do. Okay. We're just gonna stay me. You want loops? Draw them yourself. Okay. Let me put the cap on this before we have ink Armageddon. I'm saving a special ink for last. Shoot. What is this ink? Okay. Wow, this is like a Ferris Wheel Press commercial today, but I promise it's not. I have wanted this Ferris Wheel Press color for quite a while. It is Cloak and Forest. There is some shimmer in this ink. But they brought this back. I think it's very pretty. I like shimmer inks. My name is Jeffrey, and I like shimmer inks. I do. Should we give this a little dry, or is it? They dry pretty quick, but we'll give it a little. Okay, now Ferris Wheel Press says this, that it is a green base with some red sheen, which I can see a little of, and silver shimmer. Okay, I can see that. I like that. And I know just the pen that's going in, and you're going to have to wait to see that because it's not here today. For a month ago, I shared with you that I am an Atlas affiliate, and I have purchased this Visconti Mythos with the commission that I get when you all use my code Desert Inkwell at Atlas. It doesn't cost you anything. I get a little referral commission, and for that, I'm super grateful. And I bought this Visconti. Now, I had heard that Visconti usually needed to be tuned right out of the gate. So I inked this one up. And this is a medium nib, and it's inked with, yep, a shimmer ink. This is... and this is in Visconti, Mythos, Apollo. Let me see if I can draw you a little ink swatch here. I'm telling you, I don't know if I got lucky, but this pen has this really nifty magnetic. It just writes beautifully for me. And, okay, I guess I could have shaken that ink a little more. This Bookkeeper's Brass, sadly, I don't think they sell it anymore. But, you know, if you shake the pen enough, it really writes and looks like it's in brass. I love that color. I bought it. I was on Ferris Wheel Press one day, and I saw it, and I thought, oh, they're going to run out of that. And I bought it, and I love it. And I love this Mythos. The little grooves, I don't mind. I don't necessarily get. Here's my only pet peeve. The pen posts, right? What? Oh, now you want to go on the right way? Okay, anyway. What the? Okay, who knew? Anyway, so I guess that's not a pet peeve. I love it. I love the matte gold. Of course, I love the classic Visconti clip. I don't own any other Visconti, so it's nice to have one. Even if it's, you know, slightly more entry level, I'm okay with that. I don't have to cover this pen. I'll show you. This is a Jinhao something. It's basically Jinhao's version of a Sailor Pro Gear Slim. So if a Sailor Pro Gear or Pro Gear Slim is not in your budget, these write really well also. And that's a beautiful green color. Like, I'm not getting rid of this just because I have an actual Sailor now. That just expands my collection. Okay, I did that ink. Let me consolidate. We've got 5 inks left. 2 of them, also when my sister was here, in her swatch book was Schreibtint from Rohrer and Klinger. This is Scabiosa and Alt Goldgrün. This was a 2-pack on Amazon, $16, I think, which I thought, I've seen a lot of this. I've seen a lot of this one. These are both iron gall inks, which I have read somewhat can affect a steel nib, not necessarily a gold nib, but then there was a lot of talk also that I read that, well, modern iron gall inks don't pose a problem. I'm afraid I don't know enough to tell you either way. I don't have either in a pen right now, and it's not for any particular reason. I just haven't put it in there. I think they're both beautiful inks. Change my Q-tip. We're going to do these 2 side by side because that came together in a pack. So, I really bought it because I wanted the Scabiosa, but I think it was like $3 more, and I could get the second bottle of ink. So, huzzah to that. Okay, we are gonna do. This is Roar and Klinger. ROH. Oh, there's an N in there. This is. Okay. Did my little doot. Give you little zigzags. It's pretty, but I don't know if it is more than just pretty to me. And this is and of course I can't hear this ink Scabiosa without thinking it's Scabiosa, not Scabiosa, from Harry Potter. So maybe it's worth the chuckle on its own. I don't know. I think this set was a bit of an impulse purchase. But that purple, the purple is really nice, but it looks a bit flat. They look flat to me, but I feel like if I put them in a pen, I would have a different experience. We are taking a visit back to the land of Ferris Wheel Press, our fair neighbors to the north, the Canadians. No, obviously the Canadians. And my sister, when she was here, brought me as a gift, because she loves me, even if she torments me with Victoria Sponge Cake 400 miles away. This beautiful ink, Adventurine. Okay. This is, as we all know, one of those Ferris Wheel Ferris Ferris Wheel Press inks that is really, really, really light. I have not put this in a pen. I have a plan for this ink, so let's just try it with a I feel like that would be legible with a bold nib, right? Or a very wet writer, because it's not always the size of the nib, folks. So this is this pale green with copper shimmer. There's a closer look at Scabiosa, or Scabiosa, Alt Gold Tune, Bookkeeper's Brass, Ferris Wheel Press, Cloak and Forest, Candy Marsala. That is certainly an underdog winner in my book, along with Pelican Brown, Platinum Lavender Black, Ferris Wheel Press, Auroralis, Sailor. I need language lessons. Rayucha, Twisby Orange, my favorite, Autumn and Auburn. Okay, down to our two final inks. I'm going to do one here, and then one's going to get a special call out. I watched the video, I think it was a shorter video put out by Yoseka Stationery maybe last week. Maybe it was weeks ago and I just saw it. I don't know. on pink inks. And so I bought a bottle of this pink ink. Pink? Oh my word. Someone get me a Bloody Mary, please. Okay. This ink is Sailor, holy tamale, Sailor Manyo Sakura ink, and it goes down this very corally color. Mind the dryer. And then, I don't know if you can see that. Doesn't look like it, but it's these soft yellow undertones and pink undertones. My sister grows dahlias, and one of them is this like St. Petersburg winter castle peach into pale yellow. Just this color. So I love this. I don't know what pen I'm going to use this in yet. I am thinking possibly that white Esterbrook Esty that I bought and just haven't really used. So this is Sailor Manyo Sakura. And see, I mean, even that is legible, right? I mean, that's legible to read, as is the adventuring. I will admit that the adventuring looks much better in a swatch than it does written, but maybe in a full page of writing. I don't know. Alrighty. The final ink, and okay, I just have to say, I like to check back in on pens that I have purchased. I purchased this Nettuno Superba a while back. I kind of covered this with my, in my pens. I have been using it more as part of my currently inked for the past, I don't know, week or two. And I just have to say, like, it is such a joy to write with. And if anyone's interested, this ink is Birmingham Pen Co. Petrified Wood. I love the combination. This, it's just so comfortable. I love it. I love this pen. Okay. You know what we'll do? Fold this over. There's no distractions. Okay. I have a friend that you all probably know. For her comedic wit, her beautiful, beyond the ordinary Mont Blanc and pen collection, Miss Claire Coco, went to the Chicago Pen Show, which, of course, remember Chicago being in my hometown, and they had a Chicago Pen Show exclusive ink from Papier et Plume, the Faceless Lady. The Faceless Lady is a sculpture, a statue on top of a building in Chicago and literally has no face. So, if you've been wondering, if you own the ink and you've been wondering, what an odd name, that's what the name is. But I was not able to attend the Chicago Pen Show. And I insinuated myself. I asked Claire, essentially, Claire, would you please be so kind as to pick up a bottle while you're there on my behalf. And without a beat, without missing a step, she said, of course, as long as I can get one, yes, I will. So this is... Is it Et Plume? I think so. Thank you, Claire. This ink is gorgeous. I love it. Oh my gosh. It's the color of a stormy ocean or Lake Michigan on a stormy day. It has a silver shimmer. We're going to give it a quick blow dry. Everyone cover your ears. Aha, Gladys, did you hear? Oh, yeah, he's leaving her. Okay. Sorry, that's my impersonation of old biddies under hair dryers, but look at that. I get it. I mean, maybe you're not a shimmer ink person, but the shimmer is so fine. I love it. I'm so grateful to Claire, who always has a kind or encouraging word, along probably with some smart aleck joke. She loves to talk about pens, and I'm so appreciative that she kindly brought me back this exclusive ink that I would not have been able to buy otherwise. I have been talking for 40 some odd minutes now, so I'm gonna go. The week was wonderful. I hope your upcoming week is fantastic. If you have a pen like I did, this Earl Grey tea pen, which I loved, but I was ready to sell because I didn't know what to ink with it, go look it up on YouTube. Watch 5 reviews of the same pen. Someone will ink the pen with an ink you haven't seen that just brings you joy. So have a good week. Say hi to your friends. Write someone a letter. Talk to you next week.